Very good. Welcome, everyone, to episode 6 of the Al Heron Talks podcast. Welcome to yet another edition where we will attempt to entertain, educate, and encourage. It's key to try to get all three of those in so you'll listen to the very end of the podcast. And so we effort to do that, and we have some wonderful guests with us. Of course, we have our regular co-host, Miss Benita Love is with us. She's in the house today. And then we have a very special guest who is one of our monumental agents. She's here, an agent from Monument Realty, of course, but her story is one that is worth exploring, especially here during Women's History Month. I think she has a very good story of determination and overcoming and then becoming, right? And so we wanted her to share that with us. And I always think that anybody who comes out of the world of fitness and has the ability to transform someone and get them into better shape, they're almost like a miracle worker. They can do anything. And so needless to say, her transition from that into real estate was a perfect segue, because if you can help somebody get into optimum shape after not being in shape, you can help somebody buy a house. You can help somebody sell a house. And so that is what she does now. But we're going to talk about her past, her present, and her future. And I think you will be thoroughly entertained, encouraged, and educated once you hear her story. But before we even get started, I kind of like us to get to know our guests by just asking them certain questions. And so, Brittany, if you don't mind sharing with us, and I'm sorry, I don't know if Brittany Durham is our special guest, and Brittany, we want to know what is on your playlist. Like when you go to the gym, give me some of the artists or some of the jams that you go to the gym listening to.
You know what's funny? So first, like, I'm an R&B girl. So
Okay.
all of the 90s R&B, like, people always assume, like, you must be listening to some hardcore. You know? Listen, I'm listening to some R&B because in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? This music makes you feel sexy,
Yeah,
you know?
I
So
think
it's
that's
like,
it.
yeah. So if it makes you feel sexy, you're going to want to get sexy,
So
right?
what do you mean, like R&B slow jam kind of stuff?
like Tank, 112, Boys to Men. Like, I'm like I like R&B. That is what's on my playlist because it makes you feel cute, and you want to look cute.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
I listen to, like, when I'm getting ready, especially when I'm going out with the girls or going out on a date. Before I put on the hip hop, I put on, like you said, the R&B, make you feel sexy, talk, yeah.
Yeah,
I get
it sets the
But
vibe.
before you go out. So, but I'm talking about, so that's
Before
your
same
workout.
thing,
Your
makes you feel sexy.
yeah,
But now, are you listening to it while you work out?
I am. I'm
Okay.
listening to it while I work out. Now, when it gets rough, so my thing is like a good podcast. That's how I stumbled upon your podcast, Al. I was like, you know what? Let me take a sneak peek on what's going on over here. And it really was inspirational. So I try to look for that now. I'm like, let me find something that's going to keep me going toward this last 15 minutes where I need to just hurry up and get out of here, but I still need something to, push me through. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm all about the inspirational podcast. I'm all about like marriage and family and entrepreneurship. That's all I'm listening to.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. And so that's interesting because when I'm at the gym, you know what? I shouldn't say, because I do like, I can listen to, this is odd, so I will listen to, it's generally hip hop to get through the workout. I need that. But if I'm kind of doing something that's a little lighter, maybe if I was on the bike or something like that, I will listen to old school soft rock like Fleetwood Mac and that kind of
you're
stuff.
on that one.
But yeah, I figured I would be once I listened to what y'all were talking about. But no, you have to try it. I'll share a playlist with y'all one day, and you'll be like, it's not too bad. But I know y'all are younger kids, and so y'all wouldn't know about all that stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. So I've learned something today. So some people go to the gym listening to, Keith Sweat
Yeah, like you gotta feel good to look good, you know.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I
You
get
gotta
it.
you dress cute and you know you gotta get ready. That's the R&B is where it's at. So you gotta try it.
Okay. All right. We'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. All right. Well, thank you. So let's get into it. So, Brittany, kind of tell us about your. Well, let's just go back because you actually have just when you were kind of growing up. I'm kind of want to get to what happened in your childhood or early adulthood that got you to the point where you decided you really wanted to help people, and you obviously through fitness and some other things, but it sounds like your passion in life is really to be a benefit or a service to others. And so, but they came from somewhere. And so how did that happen? Tell us about your childhood.
You know what? It's funny when you start saying childhood, your heart just start beating fast. You know, it's just like, like I really gotta talk about it. Yeah, like it's like, oh my God, am I really about to talk about this? Well, anyway, as I told you, Al, this is the first time that I'm on an actual podcast to talk about it. So I'm actually excited about it. So to answer your question, so growing up, let's see, my mom was a teenage mom. We traveled a lot. Like I've been to about 13 schools total. And that's just, every year I was at a different school, and that was all here in Dallas.
In Dallas?
In Dallas. We
I was
moved
about to ask.
every year.
Wow.
Yes. So we were all over the place. So yeah, it's me and my two sisters. I'm the middle child, and I was the quote unquote good child, the one that everybody, oh, why won't you do this like Brittany? Or why won't you, I was just that child that everybody kind of like just loved, just quiet, did your thing, Anyway, got to high school and that's rough. So anyway, got to high school, met my little high school boyfriend. I was with him from like that freshman year in high school all the way through my senior year in college, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but anyway, to start back then, so my sophomore year, I actually found out I was pregnant. And that was like a shocker to not only myself, but like everybody in my family. Because again, I was that exactly like not her. Like we would expect your older sister or somebody, but not you. And so I didn't even know until I was 6 months pregnant. I had no idea. Like I was still in sports, stomach super flat. Like just I had no idea. One day, like they say, your mom knows everything. She was just staring at me, and she was just like, I got to take you to the doctor. Something is wrong, and I don't know what it is. So I'm like, okay, just the naive little young girl, like, sure. We go in there, they make you do everything. And she's like, did you know you're pregnant? And I'm laughing because I'm like, lady, what are you talking about? She was like, you are pregnant and you are 6 months along. And I'm like, my mom is out in the waiting room. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, wow.
What am I going to do?
Your mom wasn't in there.
Yeah, no, she wasn't in there. I was in there by myself. I was like, what do I do? And I just went out there and I just stared, and she was like, I just knew. And I just fell out and just started just bawling because I didn't know what to do. So anyway, at that point, you only have two options. It's either like, hey, you either keep it or it's adoption. And so she was like, well, look, you two made a decision. Y'all are going to have to figure it out. And again, to, backtrack, my mom was a teenage mom. And I always said, I don't want nothing to do with this. She had my sister at 16, me at 17, my younger sister at 19. I didn't want anything to do with that lifestyle. And so I was like, okay, I know I'm not going to keep this baby. What do I do? And so she was like, well, you just got to make your own decision at this point. And I was like, okay. So I talked to my then boyfriend, and I was like, hey, what do you think about adoption? And he was kind of like the go along, get along type of guy that was like, I just want to make you happy, whatever you want to do, So basically I was left alone, to figure it out. And so my first thought was, all right.
Let me ask, so when you told him about you being pregnant, did he involve his parents?
So he did. He grew up with his mom. It was 8 of them. They were poor, didn't really have a lot, but his mom was a really big family person. So there was a fight. Like my mom was more like, I'm here with you. Don't worry about it. His family was like, no, we're going to keep this baby. We're going to figure it out. So
I was wondering about that.
Oh yeah. It was a big tug of war. And my mom was like, I don't care. Like, this is my child. Whatever she says is what's going to go, So, yeah, it was just a huge fight for a while. And I just remember just praying, like, Lord, what do I do? You know, I'm at a crossroad. And my phone rang, and it was my aunt. So she lives in D.C., and her husband, they had been married for a while. And she couldn't conceive. She couldn't have any kids. He's a surgeon. They have all this money, big house, can't have any children. And she was just like, I would love to take your child, keep the child in the family. I was like, no. My first thing was like a no, because I was like, I don't want to grow up and my child is calling you mom. Like, I don't want that. You know, I can't see that. And I initially said no. And then I remember talking to my grandma about it. She was like, Brittany, this may be God's calling for you. You may just be the womb, but that may just be their child. You need to pray a little bit harder for answers. And as soon as I did, it was like, I got the answer I needed. And he told me what to do. Clear. And and I called her back. I said, you're right. This is what I want to do, but it has to be clear and cut. Like, it's not you're going to have them for a while and then I get them back. No, this is your child from start, and, you know, and all the way through. And so she was like, I knew it. I felt it. Let's do it. And you know, that's what we did. So that being that I grew up, I had the room to my mom, she's super supportive. So I had the room.
Do you mind if because I'm curious about, I'm listening to that, but I want to, not almost, I do. So you have the baby and then your aunt takes the baby. What was the boy, girl?
It's a boy. He's 21 now. He's at Syracuse University. He graduates college next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's good. So what was the relationship with you and your son?
It's funny, people don't even know what to say. It's
I'm like, what do we call?
Yeah, right. Sometimes I don't even know. But yes. So 5 years old, I remember him coming to me. My aunt calls me. She was like, hey, his name is Cortland. She was like, Cortland just woke up out of his sleep one day, putting on his shoes at the door and said, Mom, I had a dream about Brittany. For some reason, I need to go to Texas.
So he knew about you.
But he didn't know, like, as far as in communication.
But he knew who you were. He knew you were family. He didn't.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. So he just knew I was family. He knew I was his cousin, per se. My mom and his mom are sisters.
Got it.
Okay.
And she said he just woke up out of his sleep, putting his shoes on, and she was just like, he said, I got to go to Texas. And she was looking, she was like, oh my God, like, I'm going to have to tell him something. Like, obviously he's feeling something is going on. And they flew to Texas. And she never said anything before she got there. And we're all at the table. It's me, still my same boyfriend that I had. He was there. Right. You know, he comes over. Yeah, his dad. So he comes over, and we're all sitting at the table. He was like, Brittany, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And he was like, no, I love you because you're my mom.
Oh,
what?
And I almost, when I tell you I almost fell out of that chair, I almost fell out. And I was like, oh my, because I was always worried, like, what is he going to think? Is he going to hate me? Like, what is going to go on? And I was like, well, how do you feel about that? And he was like, well, I feel cool because I have 2 moms and 2 dads. I was like, oh God, thank you. You know.
So did he really know? I mean, did he know what he was saying? Did he know that
So long story short, my aunt was in the car and she was just letting him know, like, hey, you know, this is your situation. You know, so she kind of walked him through like a very surface level of, you know, Brittany had you, but you know, she kind of kept it
for
as much a 5-year-old, exactly, as much as he could understand. And so, and I looked at her and she was just like, I didn't want to say anything. He said he just was going to talk about it. And I was like, oh God. So it went smoother than I thought, you know.
That's
so
good. I still would have been like, Aunt, you could have told me something because you put me in a spot right here.
I was so worried. So I mean, luckily it worked out okay. You know, well, as far as the transition of him knowing, that part worked out okay. But, you know, they would still come down year after year because she did a great job. She would make sure that they would come like twice a year, you know, because I was still in high school. Sure. And so, she did a great job with him just being there. And, you know, but I would just go upstairs. I would just cry because I was like, oh, my God, like, this is so hard seeing him. Like, 1 year he's 1, and then he's 2.
You're
like,
watching him grow
I'm just literally, I'm just like, what do I do with this information? Like, I didn't know how to process. You're talking about a 60-year-old girl, you know, now 18, you know.
Right. Well, can I ask you, when you were pregnant, especially during your last few months and weeks coming up to the labor, how did you feel? Did you feel any like, okay, I think I want to keep the child, or
never?
Okay.
Never. Okay. Like it never crossed my mind. Even now, 21 years later, I never thought I made the wrong choice. I never
because you prayed about it.
Exactly. I literally went with that. Now his dad had an issue with it. Like it was bad. He struggled a lot.
What is his relationship with him now?
he doesn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have. It's has been hard for him for jumps from the jump. Yeah, it's been hard for him. So at first I used to push it. You know, hey, he's in town. You know, I'm gonna bring him over. And then after a while, when I seen it was kind of a one-sided deal, I was like, look, you on your own. You have the phone number. You figure it out. But I didn't want to push it, so I left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and ultimately, that's probably the reason why we broke up after college and all of that. Like, I'm like, okay, we're holding on to each other, but like we have this elephant in the room that's kind of pulling at us. So let's just kind of leave it here. So, yeah.
Sure. Okay. And so now my understanding is then when you went to college, you studied psychology.
I did.
And was the why psychology? What interested you in psychology?
Well, it's funny. So when I initially started, I was interested in early childhood education until I found out how much teachers made. And I was like, no, I can't do it. And then I remember talking to the counselor and she asked me, she was just like, well, what is your interest? I said, people. Like, and she was just like, that's just that simple? Absolutely. Just that simple. My interest is in people. And I said, I always wonder why people operate the way they do. You know, you see people going through everyday life, you know, and I even talked to my husband about that today. I was like, do you even know why I wake up at 4:00 in the morning to go to the gym? And he's like, well, yeah, you want to look good for summer. I said, see, you have no idea. You know, it's funny. Yeah, like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, no, that's not why I get up at 4:00.
A very specific answer too. He came
my
with
husband. Yeah.
Summertime fire.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you? You have no idea. So I think, you know, we're so close to people. We have these relationships with them, and we have no idea what they've been through, why they do what they do, why they take interest in what they do, and that has just always been a thing for me. You know, I'm like, once you get to know people, man, you just be surprised at what you find. So that was just always my interest. And so my friends in college ended up being people who were going through stuff, me trying to help them through. That was, girl, just that was just my thing, trying to help people through. And I was like, what can I do with this? And that led me to psychology. So
wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense. And so that your curiosity about people, your wanting to know how people operate or why they, you know, it's a big thing that you know, we're made up of our choices and decisions, and that kind of it makes up who we are, right? And so I always think that people who are interested in psychology are very interested in that kind of thing. How does somebody make a decision to do this?
Absolutely.
Or make that choice, and that leads me into now what I think is amazing here, and people who are able to do this. It's like magic. And your thing was you became very popular online through fitness. Fitness is obviously a passion of yours. And you started doing these different challenges, and you were challenging people to do certain things, trying to lose weight, trying to get into better shape. Not so much to try to look better or try to have a certain look, but it was for the health. You're big on health, and like I've heard you say, that look, you know, what good is having a lot of money if you are not healthy enough to do anything with it? What you know, you can't. Your health is paramount. You have to have good health as long as you can have good health, and so you were very passionate about that, and you've developed this huge following online behind this, and you were changing the lives of a lot of people through helping them make better choices, dietary choices, and to start to move and then get into better shape. Talk to me about that, and then let's talk about how you're going to help me get to the point where I look like Adonis Creed by my birthday, right?
I got you.
Okay, so then tell me how do we move
Your
into that
birthday's in
space?
August.
Okay. Why are you looking like that, Benita? See,
She's like, that's a little
Adonis
round.
that's a lot to. Oh, okay. So that's what we're doing.
We gotta pray, girl.
Okay. That's what you doing too. Okay, so all right. So we'll get to that in a minute. But so tell me, how do you get into that, and then how do you get such a big following from that?
Well, you know, To be honest with you, when social media first popped off, you know, I'm thinking I'm just on there showing my own interests, which was working out. And when I seen just the space that, you know, fitness took on social media, I'm like people are actually interested in what I'm doing. Like, really? Like, this is just something that's fun for me. So I'm thinking of it as just, you know, a little hobby. You know, at the time, you know, I'm still working at my job. You know, I'm like, okay, this is just like a little social media hobby. All right, fine. But as time went on, and I just seen like 1 minute, it's like 5,000 followers, and you look up, it's 10,000, then 20,000. I'm like, okay, 20 turned to 40, and 50 is like all behind fitness. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these people? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start making challenges. I'm going to create, you know, my website. I'm going to start selling meal plans. I'm going to do an ab challenge here or a total body challenge there. And, you know, in my mind, I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, you're just servicing the people. But in actuality, like, this is my passion. This is something that I grew to love. And, you know, when I thought about it, I said, well, why are you so interested in it? And the space of health and fitness is one space where you find the most vulnerability out of individuals, you know, like, because you got to come in there and you see their weaknesses, you see their strengths, you see, you know, where they're the most powerful, you see where they push. And at that time, I'm like, wow, I really get the best out of people when I see when they're weak. And which, again, tied back to my background of psychology, you know, and I'm just like, wow, like, I just didn't understand how far I was going to go with that health and fitness realm. And it just took me places. It let me meet people that I never thought I was going to meet. The following, yes, it's great because money did come along with that. But I've helped so many people, like thousands of people transform, like 100 pounds to 150 pounds. You know, these are people who were on medications and they're no longer like I said, that's something I started in 2012. And we in 2023 and people are still like, I still need you. Like, you're the person who changed my life. And I'm like, wow, did I? You know, and I think sometimes people see you bigger than you see yourself. And I said, well, you know what, Brittany, this is bigger than you. You are, this is a movement. Like, you are helping something that, you know, people have been struggling with for years.
Sure.
You know, so. Yeah.
And you were basically creating content that helped people, and because it was helping people in such a direct way, it allowed you to cultivate a relationship with those people. So even if they didn't know you, you know, directly, they knew you from what you were providing to them.
And they waited on it. It was something that they were looking forward to. You know, I made it easy. Like, I didn't provide spaces for excuses. You know, it was almost like, hey, I know you up because you're looking at my page. Do this workout with me. Like, that's how I would do it. You know, it was just like, I know you here, or hey, message, let's talk about it. You know, I would grab them that way because I know you see it. I'm looking at it. I see the views. I see the likes. You're here with me. So what are you doing? Why are you on the sofa and I'm in the gym? Do this with me. Like, I made it to where it was like, we're in this together. It was never like, I'm training you. It was like, we're training each other. We together on this. Like, I always just made it a safer space to where this is not something that you are going to, I got to work out this week and then next week, no, I'm not doing this. No, this is a lifestyle change. We got to do this together. So yeah, I just provided a no excuses atmosphere, from food to water to workouts, everything. No matter where you are, if you at home, no weights, no gym membership, I made it a no excuse zone. Wow. So
that's great. Okay, so now let's we're gonna transition this to me. All right, so I gotta get a year. Shoot, now it's been, how long has it been? It's November of this is 2023, so 2021. I had surgery on my foot. I ended up dislocating my foot severely, to where I had to have pins and all that stuff, a little halo and all that stuff on it, and so I couldn't walk for 5 months or so. And so I still I'm limited in what I can do. And so during that time, you know, I didn't, I still ate, and I just couldn't. I couldn't offload those calories. And
you
so,
ate what?
Well, I just ate, food, right? I didn't. What was available? Just everything. And so now I gotta work to get this off. I can't go into age 52 like this, because for years and years, I was always, dude, you look really good for an older, being a little older. I always looked younger than but now I'm like, well,
You look
dude,
your
you
age. Oh, is that where you going?
yeah, that's
Like,
where
that's
I was
not what I
going.
was
But
gonna
I
say,
didn't
but-
need you co-signing. Though. I need you, yeah. But yeah, so I don't want to do that. I want to, I want to roll the clock back a little bit, and so I need to get this thing going right. And so help me, and then we'll let the people kind of follow this particular journey. But I can't, I know this is grammatically incorrect, but I don't want to be fat no more.
I heard that. Well, no. Well, first of all, you got to take the age out of it, because that was the first thing you said. You was like, I'm about to be 52. That's the part you got to get rid of, because it's almost like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Like you're meeting a goal. Like, okay, because if you don't make where you want to be at 52, because honestly, none of us are going to be where we want to be. Like, I work out every day and still is like, okay, well, I need to, little tuck here, a little dip there. But, so you're never going to look the way you want to look. So I say, one, take the age out of it.
Okay, well, let's take the age out.
All right, and we're going to make it a lifestyle change. Like right now, we're sitting at this table and somebody's drinking some pink lemonade.
Well, it's the drink is pink, and it's got a lemon flavor to it. But lemonade, I wouldn't. That's going a little far. Calling it pink
all right,
lemonade.
I'll let you go.
I hear a lot of
Excuses.
Okay. All right, cool. Pink lemonade. I'm drinking pink lemonade. Yes.
Okay, well then you also have to change your crowd. What are your friends doing? Where are your friends going? Are y'all going to happy hour or are y'all going to the gym? Like you have to, like whoever's calling your phone needs to have the same regimen that you have, and the same will to be not fat no more, as you say, as you do, and that's really what I had to do. See, that's my scary part about having groups, is that I don't want that, I don't know what energy you bring in. So, I'm like, okay, I know I work well alone. I know my mind. I know where I'm going. I know where I want to be. But it's like, what are you doing? Is this something that's serious to you, or is this just a game? So you gotta change your circles. Like that means the people that you live with, the people that you're in direct contact with, how you spend your evenings.
Everybody needs to be on the program.
Everybody has to be like everybody. Even the dog. You got a dog?
Yeah. I have a dog. He's pretty fit though. He's old too. He's an old fit dog.
So he needs to know when that sun is about to come up, hey, it's time to go walk. Like he needs to be on that same routine. Like everybody needs to be on your routine, because it's not going to work. Like it can't be like, oh, you eat like this, but I'm okay. I have enough willpower. No, you don't. You have to change everything about what you do. Even the people you sit at the monument office with, are they drinking water? Or are they drinking that wine they give out there in the hallway? You gotta.
By the way, we do have beer and wine at the Arlington location.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Anybody who got real estate agents looking for a new home, we do have free beer and wine. But I don't drink beer and wine. So
okay, well that's good. And then you have to be okay with having that accountability, and because a lot of us say what we want, but when somebody call you out, like I did on that pink lemonade, you kind of got
I squirmed a little bit.
So you just have to be okay with somebody telling you you're not being your best. And
so what do I eat? So what so if you said, okay, Al, here's what you would, because here's what I am good at. So if you told me, Al, if you ate this, this, and this, because I wouldn't deviate, because I don't need a whole bunch of shit. I could eat the same thing every single day.
Really?
I could. I could eat the same breakfast. I could eat the same lunch. I could eat the same dinner if I had to, right? And so I just needed to be simple, but something that I could do. So what do I do? So what's breakfast? So what kind of breakfast do you?
So breakfast is egg whites, spinach, and I do crab, but crab is so expensive.
Crab,
Jesus, yeah. I do a
bougie
crab.
with
I do a crab omelet when I tell you it's so expensive. Yes, so I do a crab. If you're not gonna do crab, you can either do shrimp or I always do like a light meat in my omelet, or no meat at all. I'm a veggie girl, so I do like green peppers, red peppers, onions with a little spinach, and just call it a day. Leave it alone. Drink about 2 bottles of water with that, and then like for like my mid-morning snack, I either do like a green juice or like a smoothie, something like that. So I'm big on light proteins. I don't do a lot of breads at all. What else? So no breads, no sugars. The no's are actually easier than what you can eat. Once you know the no's, you good.
So the no's, no sugar. No
Anything white is wrong. So if it's white, it's wrong.
Potatoes and rice, and
tortillas, breads, all that stuff. Anything flour, so nothing fried.
What's left?
See what I'm saying? See, that's why I said it makes it easy when you know the nose.
What do you usually eat?
So what I've been doing now for lunch, and again, I'll just do the same thing, because I know it's. So I'll eat a salad. I'll eat a buffalo chicken salad from this salad and go place. And
what dressing?
No dressing. I don't do dressing.
Okay. Well, the only what lettuce are you doing? Oh. It's just the regular lettuce?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Regular lettuce just doesn't have any like nutrients and stuff, and you have to do like a kale or a spinach. So that's why salads is always kind of like not the greatest go-to.
Okay.
But I mean, if you do it, you could do it with like spinach and chicken and something like that. But aren't you hungry?
So I do get. So I actually add more croutons to it.
See, bread. See, like
extra croutons. I need something to crunch. So I was like, I can't just eat something. Got to crunch. I can't, just mentally.
You could throw a little almond in there.
I guess I could.
If you need a crunch, you said crunch.
I did. So almonds are okay.
Almonds are great. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll do that.
And then change up your lettuce
and get my lettuce to be spinach or kale. Mm-hmm. Is that an option over there? You go there. Do they have options with it?
I don't know if you can change out your lettuce, but I think they do have salads with lettuce. With spinach.
Salata. Yeah, I don't like salata. Salata is
I don't know salata. I have not tried salata, but
okay.
Salata is more you can actually make and pick your.
Gotcha.
I think they had that at Salad and Go. I don't remember. I just go with the Cobb salad.
Oh, okay. See, look at you.
Don't judge me.
I'm not gonna judge you, girl. Your goals are different than ours.
Right.
All right. So change my leafy stuff to be kale or spinach.
The dark green leaves, right?
Okay.
Just for nutritional.
Yes, because nutrients the regular lettuce doesn't give you anything. Like it's not good or bad. It's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, so it's not gonna provide anything for you.
And most importantly, it's not then filling you, so it'll get you to where you're still gonna be hungry. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Is the buffalo chicken part okay?
So the not really
because it's in a little sauce. It's in a
and that which probably is high in sodium. So you probably want to cut that out. Like you just want to make your food as plain Jane as possible. To be honest with you, like it's just nothing spectacular. It's just there to get you full. So I think the main thing is just changing your relationship with food. Like who cares what it tastes like? Are you getting full and just move on? You busy enough?
Yeah, I care what it tastes like that. But you're right. If I can, but for a little bit, right, or for at least a sustained period, I can go without caring that much about the taste. But can I at least get a period where I can is there a cheat day where I can at least get something that tastes like something?
It's a cheat meal that you
cheat
need.
Meal,
yeah,
okay.
You don't need a whole day to cheat. You only need one cheat meal. You don't need to go a whole day. No.
Okay. All right. I can do it. A cheat meal.
That's it. No.
All right. So, and then as far as dinner, I guess the same thing. So like a
So like
chicken breast,
anything. So it could be chicken, it could be cod, it could be salmon, it could be shrimp, it could be ground turkey. Like it's a lot of meat options. Right. It's just depending on what sides you want. Because if you're trying to lose the weight you say you want to lose, I would stay away from a lot of starch. So that's a lot of like the sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, rice. I wouldn't do too much of that. Maybe like once or twice a week. Mm-hmm. But then after that, so it needs to be just straight veggies, broccoli, asparagus, or just like me, I'll just throw some pepper. Do you like peppers?
I do.
Okay, yeah. I just do some chicken on top of some peppers and move on.
I got you. So the chicken, and you're not even worried about, because the peppers are serving as your veggies.
Yeah. And I just or mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So yeah, just mix up some veggies, throw a little protein in there, and keep it moving. I think we just make it too hard. If you got to ask about it, it's probably bad.
Yeah. And I think my big deal too is, as I'm thinking about this, is I'm gonna have to actually make something too.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Getting out is not gonna help you.
Okay. All right. So I do that, and so then what do I need to? So I'm I can swim okay without, the deal is I can't get on the treadmill and do those kind of things because of my foot. But they do have an underwater treadmill where I work, so I can walk on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they have an underwater bike too, so I could possibly do that, and then swim. So I could do that as cardio. But my understanding now is that lifting really is probably as important, if not more important, because of the building of muscle and the metabolism boost that you get throughout the day.
Yes. So cardio, with cardio, it's more like an immediate, like a lot of calories burned in that moment. But lifting weights is more of a long term, for like building, as you said. So yes, you got to do that. You got to lift some weights, even if it's, just upper body, or even it's a lot of like standing ab routines you could do. It's a lot like, I would have to send it to you, but it's a guy. He's one of my fitness guys that I used to work with all the time. He works with guys who've been working through injuries and stuff like that. So he has like standing ab routines, chair routines, but it's still muscle building. So yeah.
I could do more. So, you putting me in a.
I'm sorry. I didn't know just how injured you were.
Looking like some old people that's on, when they.
Sit and be fit.
See? Yeah, don't do me like that. I mean, I can do. Look, I can do.
It's something easy though. You could just be at the house, just something easy.
Well, what are your restrictions? So what can't you do? I know you said you can't run, but
so I can't run. I can't.
Can you like do squats, lunges?
No, I don't think so. I can do. Well, I couldn't do lunges. I could do squats. I could do I'll have a balance problem though with squats. I think that would be the only issue there. But so I could do some of that. I know kettlebell stuff is a big thing now. Is that something? I don't know. We just need to write the plan out. So how often am I doing this every day? Do I need to do something
with
every
your
day?
restrictions? Yes. Because you're not doing nothing, that's strenuous enough for you not to be able to do it every day. Gotcha. I mean, you could do maybe a light yoga on a Sunday or something, but ultimately you need to be doing something every day.
Right.
So, I mean, because we're not walking enough throughout the day. We ain't doing much.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not walking enough.
I think
so
about
it's
that a lot. Like, we used to years and years ago. We're supposed to be moving our body every day. So many people don't. We just sit at desks and don't move.
Right. Even that 1 hour at the gym, it's like, oh, I can't do this every day. Yeah, you can. You're not doing that much that you can't go to the gym every day. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Interesting. All right. So we do that, and then so what is so realistic? So if I'm doing this, change the diet, work out, move my body every day, what is a realistic goal to say, okay, I want to lose X number of pounds a week?
A realistic goal is to say, don't worry about it, because you're not accounting for sleep, stress, life. You're not accounting for that stuff. So, and then if the numbers don't change, then what? Does that change?
Going back to water bar.
Right. Does that change your motivation? You should worry about like your other numbers, like your BMI, your body fat percentage.
Now, would the body fat percentage change and BMI change if the weight doesn't change?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And even with the amount of water that you drink, the amount of oxygen is getting into your blood, that'll change your numbers tremendously. Absolutely.
Okay, so how much water should I be drinking? Like 8 glasses?
A whole gallon.
8 glasses is a gallon?
It's almost.
Okay.
But you need a whole gallon.
Every day?
Every single day.
Okay.
You can do it though.
I'm gonna take you up on that. Now, even though y'all said I can't get into Creed shape by August, apparently the way y'all laughing at it, but I can at least get in better shape, right?
But you didn't answer. How's your circle? Like, is your circle gonna allow you to get as fit as you want?
Well, my circle. That's a good point. My circle is determined that I get in better shape too. So I think they will commit to. Yeah, most of my circle is, but when I think about the people that they're in pretty good shape, so I just need to get get on that program and not come up with any I've had some built-in excuses because of the injury and stuff. So it's just a matter of, and even with the injury, like you said, diet is so important part of it. If I had just eaten properly, I would have been probably okay. But so we just make those adjustments. And like I said, anybody who now, the results are there. You've been able to coach people into some great things, and that's good. And what I like about I've been doing this real estate thing since the 1900s, since 1994, and I've been coaching and training agents to great levels of success. But what I've noticed, the best agents that I have come across come out of a handful of industries: education, nursing. Nurses are really good. Benita's a nurse, actually. Nurses, educators, and fitness trainers, because they're educators too, but they're also motivators, encouragers. Fitness trainers are really good because when you go into real estate, you're motivating, educating, encouraging, training, teaching your clients how to become homeowners or sell a property or whatever real estate related. And so when somebody already has that skill set that you have, it's a natural move for them into real estate. And so during the pandemic, I know you moved out of the fitness. You even had a gym and all that stuff, and you closed the gym during the pandemic, got your real estate license, and have gotten in this and been very successful. And you joined Monument here in the last couple of months, but you were already with another company before that. And I would say that probably the key to your success is the whole backstory.
Absolutely.
It's just everything that you've gone through, even from the pregnancy at a young age, studying psychology, even dealing with the fact that you have a son that was raised by an aunt that just all of those things, when processed properly by someone, things that could have been obstacles or something that could have caused you shame or something like that, you've used all those things to elevate your ability to serve others.
Absolutely.
And as a result, I think your clients are the better for it. And so do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because I think anybody who's working with you, they get that empathy, the level of empathy that I think is not natural for most people to provide. And I think that is what makes you an exceptional real estate agent, is because you're able to go on a level with someone that most people can't go. So like you can not only do you understand a client's wants and needs, you can anticipate things that they don't even know how to articulate that they need. Does that make sense?
It does. What's funny about that is, and social media itself, is that, to be totally honest, people come to you because of what they see. And so it almost has worked in the reverse for me, because it's like, okay, yes, I'm glad that you came to me from what you see on social media, but I'm way more than what you are assuming, so it's always a shock to them when they actually hear that I have just a little bit of depth. They feel I'm so surface. Yep. They're like, oh my God, like I wouldn't have ever imagined. I'm like, well, why not? You didn't even give me the opportunity. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for your service. But at the end of the day, like, it almost worked against me. So it didn't go in the order you think. It was almost like I have to, and even in real estate too, it's almost like a proving. You almost have to show that vulnerability. You have to show that you can connect with them before they trust you. It's not an automatic, even if they know I'm from the fitness world or not. It's almost like, well, yeah, I see what you can do for yourself, but how do you transform that to me? And I always have to find that, I guess, the likability between the two. So that's why I say I spend most time just getting to know you, like, where are you from? What are your weaknesses? And I always get people who are either going through a divorce, who, like I said, maybe had diabetes and trying to get off there, like they're at their wits' end. I get people who are almost on their last leg with either if it's just with life or with health. It's like they want me to be the savior. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to conquer this task. But I think once I get them where I need them to be, they don't even come to me for fitness anymore. It's counseling, because it's like you make me feel better. I don't even care about the results. You make me feel good, and that makes me feel good because their workout in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I hear you, girl. 2 more reps. You know, that's me like, 2 more reps. So it's like they don't even realize they're getting the results, but you're getting the home girl at the same time. You know,
Right.
So
and it's not just physical; it's mentally and emotionally.
It's all mental.
Right.
You know, and once you realize that the reason you're not getting where you want to be is because of you, not because of what you've been through, not from the guy who did you wrong or from it's not that, it's you, you know, and once you get over yourself, the results come.
Well, the same thing applies to home ownership. You find a lot of people who are lifelong renters, and a lot of it is simply because they got to a point where they just didn't believe that this is something that they could do, and they need an encourager, somebody who can say, you know, bump that. Yeah, you can do this. If Sally could do it, if Jane could do it, you could do this. And, you know, one of the biggest segments, or the segments with the fastest growth, is single female heads of households purchasing homes. And I think the reason it's jumped like it is simply because now more women have knowledge that you don't have to be married, so you can do this. You there's enough income there, you can buy. And now that message has made its way to more women, they're able to go do it. And I know you have and you're very good at this. You have a great network that you created. What's the name of the
Dallas Wives Meetup.
Dallas Wives Meetup. Now tell me, explain that. What was the impetus of that?
Well, honestly, so when I got engaged, I had not one married friend, maybe one. And I knew that where I was going, I'm like, girl, you're going to need some help with this. You know, my husband, him and I are 12 years apart. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to. He had children already. I'm sitting over here with my crazy story. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to navigate this thing. I need some friends who know what this is about, because I had no idea. And again, my mom didn't get married until she was like in her 40s. You know, it was later. So, you know, I didn't have a clue. I just jumped in and head first. So I wanted to create a group to where women had something outside of marriage. Like, because for us, you know, we make our men our lives. You know, if it's not our men, it's our kids. It's something. It's anything other than us. So I wanted to create a group that supported what you did outside of marriage. Marriage was just the common goal. Even though we end up talking, girl, my husband, or this and that, we end up doing that anyway. But we support each other throughout life for the babies, the businesses, the travel, the children. So it's really a support group for Black wives here in Dallas. And yeah, like that was my goal for it, was because I didn't have it. So if I don't have it, I'm creating it.
Okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
love it. I'm going to join when I become a wife.
Come on, girl. It's fun over here, girl.
Okay, well, good. Benita, go and get ready for it. Can they go and kind of learn early so maybe they can become a wife? Can they join and maybe
I hate to say it
kind
like
of learn
this,
some techniques and pointers?
well, no.
Okay.
This is a wise club. No, I get it. No.
I thought they may be able to dispense some wisdom that might get you closer
that's
to
not
it.
a bad thing to put out.
Bad,
that's
but
not
it's that's different.
maybe a podcast.
You know what? There you go. A little podcast to help that.
Denise, our first guest, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
They gonna be like, girl, you don't want this, girl. Like, run, girl.
That's good. That's good. Well, let's do this because we want to. I'm going to take you up on everything that you imparted to us
We're gonna
today.
have a challenge for you.
Yeah. So So we'll do a challenge. I'll get to, and then here's the thing: anybody who we'll formalize it. So I don't want to try to announce it now, but because all of our listeners and all that stuff, no, I'm not trying to back out of it. I'm just saying because I want other people to participate, right? I want a circle of people to participate. So I got to get down. And to me, I still need numbers to kind of, because I can't, it doesn't work if I don't have a goal to kind of shoot for. And I know y'all said don't worry about the numbers.
Well,
but
I'm saying so you got to get the routine down first before the numbers come. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do a gallon a day. This is going to be my strict diet. And then you got to have those things in play before, you know. So let's start there.
Okay. Well, I'll drink a gallon a day.
Okay.
I will make sure that I, Why you laughing, Marcella?
Because she
Still a bust out laugh. You know that's bad when people in the background laughing like that.
So nothing white, no sugar.
Well, you're taking me too fast. Let's do.
But you worried about a number.
Well, I'm just saying, can we do it in increments? So I'm gonna do all this.
Trying to...
No. But can we add a piece every week?
What do you want to add?
No. I'm saying
He wants to do a gallon of water this week. Then he'll add in the
no because you said creed shake.
It's a lifestyle.
No. Okay. All right. So everything white.
Nothing white. So you got to take all of that white out. If it is white on your plate, don't worry about it. No salt, no sugar, no breads, no rice, no potatoes. I mean, nothing white. No tortilla. Like, if it's white, it's not on your plate. You can't.
Tacos are made out of, what is that?
Corn.
Corn, right?
One is corn, one is flour.
So I can do the corn.
You can do the corn.
He's from the...
No, I'm just trying to make sure what we can do. So,
you can do the corn.
And then sugar. Yeah, don't add sugar to anything.
What you be adding sugar to?
No, I don't.
You don't drink coffee? You drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Okay, that's good.
You still drink sodas?
I drink diet sodas.
That is the first thing that needs to go. You stop drinking sodas, you're going to lose weight fast.
The diet sodas too?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's worse.
That's horrible. They put that diet on there. Y'all think it's good.
They mix in other stuff to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's 0 calories.
Please. Stop drinking that soda. You're going to see a huge difference. And yes, diet.
Okay.
Which one, like a Crystal Light? Crystal Light's fine.
You talking about the stuff you squirt into the deal to try to make it taste a little better?
Just drink water.
Just drink water.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
The cucumber water is right in the hallway.
I love the cucumber water. It's so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll with no diet sodas. We're out on that. Then we'll just drink a gallon of water. Limit the, was that the phrase you used? Limit the white stuff?
No, that is not what what are you trying to hold on to? Tell me what's the
I don't know. I just feel like if I commit
you don't even know. You
know what I think will work for you, Al? You know how you be, I think like the pain will work for you. I think how you say with when you tell people that's like you said the lifetime renters and you say, you know, they get a letter from their landlord saying, you know,
oh yeah,
I paid for my student my son's college with your rent money.
Yeah.
Well, not to be morbid, but don't you want to be around for your grandchildren?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Thanks, Benita. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. They want to say, look at my grandpa. Look at Pawpaw. They want to,
look at Pawpaw.
They want to,
yeah.
They want to gloat about
be
Pawpaw.
healthy and around, you know, right?
Yeah, not chasing them around and hover around. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. That's a good, you know what? That works because I did get that vision. I don't want to be.
That's 3 things. If you can commit to that for just let's start with 2 weeks. You said you need a number? Yeah. 2 weeks. 14 days. That's your first number.
Okay, 14 days.
14 days.
No white stuff, but there's white stuff in everything.
Not really. Nothing that I named unless it's egg whites. There you go.
I can have egg whites. If I just gotta have something white. So egg white. So like even in my salad, I'll get an egg, but I get the whole egg.
So
like
if you're trying to cut I would cut the yellow part. Yellow part is where all like the fat is, but it's good fats. But if you're trying to like cut, just go ahead and cut it out and just get the egg white, or don't get the egg at all.
Okay. All right, I'm in. So that y'all heard it here, y'all. But if you see me out, don't be trying to regulate. Don't come over and try to see what I'm eating.
Now I'm serious about fitness now. So if you tell me you're gonna do something, I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah, I know you will. So I'm with it. I'm doing it. Okay. All right.
Say it again. You're doing.
So here's what's up.
What are you gonna be doing?
Starting tomorrow.
Which is,
because the day's already. I was gonna say today I'm gonna do my last one tonight. We eating good. We eating good in the neighborhood tonight, boy. So we'll start tomorrow. So tomorrow, a gallon of water every day.
Okay.
Secondly, there's we're eliminating white stuff. So no sugar, no
salt,
no salt, no flour,
no potatoes, no flour, no bread,
no any kind of bread.
Any kind.
Like what about wheat?
None of that.
Oh,
the only bread that's actually
on
halfway decent is like the Ezekiel bread, which I think you can find it in maybe Whole Foods. I think maybe I don't know.
And what is the I don't know.
It just doesn't have like not only does it not have gluten, it doesn't have like the flour, a lot of the like wheat flour and all that. Okay. So yeah, that's the only bread. But don't even worry about it.
Yeah, because it didn't sound like something you want to eat. From what you just described, I don't know if I even want to taste that.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. So.
Okay, so we'll just with no bread. So. What was the third thing? Oh, no sodas. No.
Yes.
no diet soda at all.
Because we're drinking only water. So you can just make it easy. Only water.
Yeah,
you can dice it up how you put some mint in it.
Okay.
Some strawberry. Do what you want with it, but only water.
So what do you think about those whey protein shakes and stuff? Is that okay?
I think if you're trying to lose, you shouldn't do whey. And then a lot of that has what's called gum, GUM, in it, which is bad for your gut health.
Okay.
So, no.
All right. Okay, so that's what we got. So the first 2 weeks, that's what we're doing. All right.
14 days. Let's do it. Weekends included.
Yeah. Remember what about is the cheat meal still in play? Can I still do that one?
I don't think for the first 14 days you should. No. I think you should worry about trying to get on a disciplined routine and then you add a cheat after the 14 days.
All right. So, who all's with me? If you want to join this thing, just let me know. We're starting tomorrow, not today. Today, we'll get your last really good meal in and then try to get this thing done for 14 days. Now, 14 days is long enough to you create a habit in 14 days?
Yeah, you could. It's 21 technically, 21. But, you know.
I started, I'm like, I don't really work out. Well, I used to not work out much. I'll be here and there. I work out for a few months and I stop. And when I see myself getting a little like, oh, let me go work out.
Back in.
But what I do like about, like you said, it's a lifestyle. I said I was gonna commit to 30 days working out every day. So since March 1st, I've been when I say working out, at least 30 minutes of physical activity, and I've been tracking my watch and everything. But yeah, I feel so much better. I'm getting stronger, and I love it. And I always do this when I start back working out. But I really am going to make it more of a lifestyle now.
That is good. And we actually should get Al a watch because we could be his accountability on the watch.
Oh, he doesn't have Apple, though.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm an Android person.
Poor thing.
Yeah, well, I'm Android. So if I had an Apple Watch, I would know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we could share with each other and stuff. I hear you said with your friends and stuff. Like I'm later this evening, I'm going to go work out with some friends. But we've been keeping each other accountable as far as like, oh, what are you doing today? I worked out. I went boxing yesterday with a friend.
Oh, so, boxing! All right.
Yeah, boxing is amazing. Now, if you can box, which I think you should be able to box.
I could because you don't have to do. It's not like you have to plant real hard.
Boxing is amazing for your body. Amazing. Abs, arms, back, everything. Yeah. Okay. If you could do boxing, absolutely. I'd say that's number one.
Wow. Okay. We'll look into that then. Yeah,
right.
That's right.
There
go with my whole my
go.
Adonis Creed. So y'all gonna be looking crazy when I'm in when I'm doing that podcast with no shirt on. I'll be in a podcast. No shirt on. I have a towel. I put a towel, but no.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, this has been fun, y'all. Hopefully, you were able to. I think we did accomplish the threes. We have to.
Do you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no.
I was going to ask, do you still have your fitness Instagram in there? I mean, I'm guessing you still.
It's so funny you said I just deactivated it yesterday.
Why?
Yesterday. Well, because as long as I have it, wherever you drive people is where they're going to go.
That's true.
And so I was like, I'm not even entertaining the page as I should. Yeah. So no, I deactivated it yesterday. One step at a time. I'm gonna delete it a little later, but I just
okay.
have to get a little deactivation
Say,
first.
let me follow you,
But
okay.
Well, Brittany, tell us where we can, since the
Right.
real estate is your new
That's
life.
true.
So
That's
where do we
true.
go to engage with you on the real estate side?
well, good thing about it, I've made my main page my everything page because I feel like you just got to bring it into your life. I'm not all real estate. I do a lot, so you will find some workout videos on there if you want to go take a look. My Instagram is at the Brittany Durham. I had to think about it because it was the Brittany McGee, but the BritneydUrham, the Brittany Durham. Yeah, I just believe in promoting myself. So it ain't real estate, nothing. It's me. You know, so it's real estate, it's fitness, it's motivation. So yeah, you'll find me in my stories at 4 a.m. every day. Posting some type of motivation, and then I'm at the gym, and then I'm posting my outfit for the day, and I'm posting my clients. I'm posting what I'm doing. So it's like my own accountability for myself.
Okay.
So if it's written down, I'm doing it.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Well, this has been fun. We appreciate you. And I'm excited to get started on my new health journey.
I'm excited for you too, Papa.
Yeah, Papa. See? So, all right, we're going to do that Papa thing. All right. So, good enough. Y'all going to be a little crazy with Papa in here doing this podcast shirtless.
No, we won't.
Yeah.
We're going to be rooting you on.
All right, y'all. It's been a good one. If you like this, definitely hit like, subscribe, share. We appreciate that. And this has been good. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me.